So what is going on, guys? I'm Black Ops Amazing. Welcome back to another video where today we've got a bunch of different topics to talk about, which include, I suppose you could say, the not downfall of Treyarch, but a load of employees leaving the company. We already know over the past couple of years quite a few have left, especially in the zombies department. We've seen some big names such as Jason Blundell. He was the head of zombies. He's taken some old Treyarch developers to work with him at his new studio, Deviation Games. But there's also been a bunch of multiplayer and campaign devs that have left as well, which obviously, especially because some of these are people higher up in the company, will have a big impact on future games. And that doesn't just go for the gaming sector, that goes for any industry really. Whenever one of the leaders or a higher up leaves a company and someone new comes in and implements their new ideas and philosophy, 99% of the time it changes everyone below it. This goes for any company, not just gaming, not just Treyarch. One of the main examples I can think of is Battlefield. A load of the old developers from DICE who worked on Battlefield 3 and 4 left there, and we've seen with their more recent games, specifically Battlefield, I've forgotten what the name is. I brought it, I never even played it, although I did play the beta, but we've seen more recent Battlefields are nothing like how they used to be, and a lot of that is down to a lot of the old developers having left the company. And so with us seeing a lot of developers leaving Treyarch, we've already begun to witness, in my opinion, a change from old games to new ones. The idea behind zombies, the principles, isn't really the same as it used to be. There are a lot of new ideas, which you would expect with old people leaving and new people coming in. But us, the consumers, won't really see any of those changes for quite a while yet, until 2024, because that's when the next game comes out. So we'll just be touching on that subject, along with a few other things, including something I said on Twitter about, I don't know, 6 months ago now. It was back in November of 2021. I just remember this tweet I put out, and having gone back to look at it the other day, I thought, actually, with what we've recently seen in Vanguard zombies, what I said back in November, just after Vanguard released, is even more true now than when I said it back then. So anyway, since I haven't been doing regular videos on the channel, there's quite a bit for me to catch up on. You guys may or may not have heard this news, I just want to give my input on it. But one of the major developers at Treyarch, who is Tony Flame, after 17 years of working at the company, has left. He put out this tweet by saying, after 17 years designing 5 Black Ops games plus World at War, I'm leaving Activision today. Thank you for every minute of our journey together, from pubs to champs to wonders to numbers. Grateful to share these memories with you. The community is incredible. See you soon. And what's even more surprising about this is Tony has in fact, like a lot of Treyarch developers, moved over to Deviation Games, which is Jason Blundell's new studio. Obviously, Jason Blundell used to be the leader of zombies. He left, started up this new studio, took along with him a bunch of Treyarch developers. So I don't know how many exactly, but there are quite a few Treyarch developers working there already. So Tony is just yet another one added to that roster. As far as what Deviation Games are making, we don't actually know, besides from them being exclusive to Sony. And Jason Blundell, along with another person, I can't remember his name, but he was also a Treyarch employee. They are leading the studio. But exactly what the game is they're making, what's it called, what it's going to be about, we don't know. A lot of people are speculating that it's going to be a zombies game. I'm going to say straight away, I'm 99% sure that's probably not going to be the case. I mean, who knows? I'm just thinking one of the reasons Jason probably wanted to start up his own studio was so he could do something different, so he wasn't under the shackles of Activision. He's worked on zombies for a long time. I just imagine he'd want to come up with his own ideas, make a game based around something we haven't seen before, so I can't see it being zombies, but maybe it will be. However, I will say I am quite excited for whatever we get from the studio, just because we know a bunch of the developers working there are extremely talented. If I had to ask you guys watching this video who the best Call of Duty developer was, either Infinity Ward, Treyarch or Sledgehammer, I'm betting a lot of people, especially those watching this video because this is mainly a zombies channel, you're going to say Treyarch is the best COD studio. In fact, let me know in the comments section below. I'd be interested to see what you guys think, but I'm pretty sure I already know the answer. So yeah, mainly because we already know a lot of the developers working there. We know they're extremely talented. The Black Ops franchise is one of the most successful ever, and with the backing of Sony, we've already seen PlayStation exclusives most of the time are top quality. They're the best of the best. I don't think Sony would have taken on this idea of the studio if they didn't have faith in them, if they didn't have something exciting in the works. So whatever game they make, I'm excited to see it. But just going back to Treyarch, what does this mean for them with a bunch of the developers leaving? Well, I think it's quite significant because we haven't really seen what impact this is going to have on that studio yet. Because yes, whilst a lot of the developers left during Cold War, and especially Vanguard, you have to remember that Cold War wasn't initially Treyarch's game, that was Sledgehammer's. They didn't have the full 3 years they usually would have to develop that game. Obviously, Vanguard isn't Treyarch's game, they only made the zombies portion, and then again, only had around 6 months to work on it. We haven't actually seen a full-fledged Treyarch game since BO4, and the next time we'll see that from them is in 2024, so we're yet to really see the impact of what these important developers who worked on past Treyarch games will have on this studio. I've already in multiple tweets gave my verdict on what I think Treyarch has turned into since Jason Blundell left. I know some people don't agree with that, but as I've already explained, yes, a company is multiple people, but the person at the top leading it is extremely important, and that goes for any business, especially game development. The thing that I would compare it to the closest is probably a movie. You have all the people working behind the scenes, the cameramen, the actors, the editors, but the person that comes up with the script, the premise of the movie, the most important part, which could totally change things, is the director. And it's the same for a video game. There's always a director leading things. Sometimes I'll specifically go to watch a film even though I know nothing about it, just because I like what the director has done in the past. So yeah, pretty much what I'm trying to say is higher ups leaving especially has a massive impact on a game studio, but so does any other employee leaving as well. So I am interested to see what we're going to get from Treyarch in 2024, because we have seen changes to zombies already in Cold War and Vanguard, a lot of changes in fact, but the real difference we won't get to see for another couple of years. So yeah, that is the first bit of news. There are quite a few changes that have been happening at Treyarch over the past few years. We have already started to see some of those changes through games. And just still on that topic, as I mentioned at the beginning, back in November of 2021, I put out this tweet where I said, why do Treyarch keep trying to reinvent the wheel? How hard is it to keep the same zombies formula that has been a success since the beginning and just give us a new story and maps? Just stop overcomplicating zombies, it's not difficult to understand now. I'm pretty sure I said this after Duran Fang, a map that for a lot of people, actually let me rephrase that, a game that for a lot of people just isn't up to standards. Duran Fang and Terra Maledicta, or Maledicta, however you pronounce the name of that map, is just so different to what zombies is, or what it was from World at War 2, Black Ops 4, even Cold War to an extent. So I just put out this tweet saying, why are Treyarch trying to reinvent the wheel? Why can't they just keep the same zombies formula that's been a success since the beginning? Stop trying to change major things and instead just give us a new story and maps. And well, here we are, months later, in July, and what have we now been given? Shi no Numa. For a lot of people, this map's been considered a success. And why is that? It's because Treyarch have gone back to the basics and they've just given us a new story and, well, it's not a new map, but it's a map that we're familiar with, a map that is enjoyed by the majority of the community. They've now done pretty much what I said back in November, which was to just go back to the same zombies formula that we all enjoyed. I don't remember anyone asking for a different formula in zombies during BO3. No one was saying, we're bored of this, give us something different. During BO4, the only major complaint was, well, actually go back to the old formula of BO3. We don't want this new perk system. During Cold War and Vanguard, there were some changes that people liked, in Cold War anyway, but even then, people were saying, just go back to the old zombies formula that worked. And they've finally done it to a certain extent in Vanguard, and, well, unsurprisingly, it's a success, or as much as it can be anyway. And again, you can see from another tweet, I think this was around the same time, November of 2021, or actually it would have been before the release of the game, because I said, if there's no round-based zombies map at launch, like the leaks suggest, why not just give us Shi no Numa? It's already in Vanguard, just turn it into a survival map. Surely that wouldn't be difficult for them to do. I think that would keep round-based people happy. That's eventually what they did, but I think this does just prove from what we've seen over the past couple of years that there really is no need to change the basics of zombies. People would be 100% happy if you just gave us a new story and new maps. You don't need to change the basics. You don't need to move away from round-based. You don't need to add in multiplayer mechanics. People are totally happy with new maps and a new story. So again, hopefully from the mistakes of Vanguard, they can learn from this and implement all of this into COD 2024. There's that old saying of, if it isn't broken, don't fix it. And zombies wasn't broken until they started to change things unnecessarily. So yeah, there we go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, hopefully you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, drop a like rating. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest content on the channel. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.